How is it going, everybody? This is Shady of Shady Horror, back with another watch and review. Today, this one is called Blue Call, Your Life, Your Solution. Let's go ahead and get into the synopsis of this. After the traumatic death of a young girl in her ambulance, EMT Haley suffers from PSD and guilt. When she returns to work after an absence, her first call is a wrist cutter who asks her to finish the job as an act of mercy. This leads Haley to become an angel of death. She scores Nembutal from a drug dealer to facilitate her mercy killings, but quickly gets embroiled in a number of dangerous situations. The lines of morality blur, and her goal of helping people gets overcome by her need to cover for her crimes. So, this one here is Blue Call. It is not rated. It is from the year 2021. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 20 minutes, and it is put out by Echo Bridge Entertainment. Continuing on with another first time watch from my collection. Not a bad cover on this. I do like this cover. It intrigued me enough to pick it up, and now I'm finally giving it a watch. Off we go with some EMTs, some paramedics. So already kind of an original because, well, I can't think of too many horror or thriller movies solely focusing on an ambulance or EMTs, but there are a few. Not a bad setup because EMTs see a lot. They deal with a lot of crazy shit, some traumatic shit. Obviously, emergencies and all and everything in between. Basically, we follow the main character and her story, dealing with PTSD and effects of what she's seen and what she's done. This takes place in LA, and there is some cool lighting in some of the scenes. The supervisor guy in here looked familiar. I think he's been in TV shows and other flicks I've seen. He's an older dude. He's recognizable though. Once I seen his scene, I thought he looked familiar at least. The main character, the actress, I don't think I have seen her before, and she did do a good job here. This isn't no giant budget film or anything. It's an indie lower budget flick, but it still looks all right. As I said, I do like the lighting in some scenes, like more of the neon looking type shit. That is the stuff that I like more. So as this progresses a bit, the main character, the lead here, well, she starts to take a turn. That's when this gets a bit better for me. This won't be for everybody. Some of the acting and actors range, some are all right, some not as much, and then some better. But this is an original type storyline, at least, or one that we really don't get to see that often, that's for sure. As the description of the film says, our lead here deals with mercy, with assisting suffering people and maybe offing themselves, or at least help them to give them the means to do so. A cool premise and a good question at the core of this story. Someone even says something like, maybe you can have your peace by giving others theirs. I thought that was like a cool line and kind of sums up this movie. If anyone remembers that Dr. Kevorkian dude, it's that type shit. But she's an EMT, a first responder. This may be a little more on the thriller spectrum or maybe some drama slash horror, but it had enough elements for me to go ahead and give it a review for my channel here. EMTs do see and deal with some horrific things, and that's for damn sure. So shout out to all the EMTs out there. If you happen to be watching, anybody out there that's an EMT, hey, I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. If you've seen any or some of these Echo Bridge releases of the last few years, these original, like some went to like straight to the Walmart, or some used to end up in the Dollar Tree type flicks like this one, you know what to expect. It has that mood, it has that look, and for me, the neon color type shots are the ones I tend to like the most, the ones that I like more. It's almost like a Lifetime movie at times when the colors aren't prominent. When the neon tones are there, that's what I like the most. At times it feels Lifetime or whatever type channel that is now. I don't even know what it's called now. I forget. But this one has a lot of cussing though. So it's like Maybe it's just the camera they use, but apparently, it just has that vibe until like the neons kick in. But there is plenty, like, vulgar language and stuff in this one. This does have some cool moments though. There's a few pretty cool directed shots with some red tones and some blue tones, kind of like how this cover is here. That was pretty cool. I like that. It was kind of trippy. There is more to the story as well, and certain things get explained and exposed as this movie progresses. I did want to see how this ended, how it all played out. It deals with life and death. It deals with violence and drugs. It deals with choices and chances. It's not great, but it ain't horrible either. It's pretty good. It got some better as it went on to me because I did get interested in the direction this was going to go. And I want to see, I wanted to see how it all played out, how it all ended up. It does get some grittier as it goes on. Has anybody out there seen this one? Heard of this one? Do you have this one in your collection? I went into this really knowing nothing about it, and it wasn't too bad. I did like the storyline, some of those trippy neon colored shots, and the third act does get trippy, weird, and more mean spirited. A decent watch, and I do like how it ended. Okay, this is Shady, everybody, of Shady Horror. I hope everybody's been good out there, and I hope everybody's been well. I'm getting back into some more of these first time watches. I might just have another one. I think I'm gonna go through some of my VHS next and maybe pull up a VHS tape that I haven't seen. But today, this was a decent little watch. This one here was Blue